Good morning, Christine. Well, you know, the government likes to use that phrase, mining your data. But for most Americans, there's really only one question. Is the government listening to your phone calls and watching you on the internet? A potentially explosive disclosure about how easily the government can collect information online. The Washington Post and the British newspaper The Guardian are reporting that the National Security Agency, the NSA, and the FBI are tapping directly into the servers of 9 leading internet companies, including Microsoft, Yahoo, Google, Facebook, AOL, Skype, YouTube, and Apple. That's according to a top-secret NSA presentation. Intercepting data like video, photographs, and emails flowing online.
What this program enables the National Security Agency to do is to reach directly into the servers of the largest internet companies in the world, things that virtually every human being in the Western world now uses to communicate with one another.
The program appears to be intended to grab non-U.S. intercepts, many of which flow through the robust U.S. internet. One slide in the NSA presentation explains your target's communications could easily be flowing into and through the U.S. CNN has not confirmed the authenticity of the documents. Several of the companies reportedly cooperating with the government issued denials of involvement. This follows the stunning news that a secret federal court order directed Verizon to hand over phone records of millions of Americans. Former intelligence officials and privacy advocates say it's reasonable to presume other telephone companies got similar orders.
If this is an open-ended and indiscriminate collection process, as it seems to be, then logically one would expect it to be much bigger than Verizon Business.
And it all leaves the administration needing to explain this exchange in March.
Does the NSA collect any type of data at all on millions or hundreds of millions of Americans?
No, sir.
It does not.
Not wittingly.
That Verizon program, lawmakers say having access to that data helped law enforcement stop terrorist plots from being carried out. Now, James Clapper, you just saw him at the end there, the director of national intelligence, overnight issued a statement very unusual, going public and clarifying, in his view, the program. I want to read some of it to you. Clapper says, quote, "The unauthorized disclosure of information about this important and entirely legal program is reprehensible and risks important protections for the security of Americans. The program cannot be used to intentionally target any U.S. citizen or other U.S. person or anyone located within the United States." So a defense from the intelligence community, a lot of questions from Americans and from Congress.
You know, Barbara, so the program reportedly aimed at targeting non-Americans only, with a focus on suspected spies and terrorists. Is it likely that some American citizens have also had their data pulled?
Well, I think you have to assume that they do, because, I mean, what we all acknowledge is the internet, telephone networks, they really do not have anything to do with international boundaries, do they? I mean, it's a global entity. So the chances are absolutely yes. What the government is saying is they don't intentionally do that, and that they are not spying on American citizens. They are looking for information about terrorism. That's their defense.
I mean, is there any evidence that the program has stopped any terrorist or other criminal activity? I mean, does it work for them?
Well, I mean, members of Congress have come out and said that it has stopped terrorist plots. And of course, they're not telling us which ones. They're not going public with any of that. Not aimed at criminal activity. Very much, they say, aimed at terrorism. And they say that it is working.
All right, Barbara Starr.